look at the study that was recently published in Neuroimage about the brain.
It's saying that the medial temporal lobe grows with hormone fluctuations from your period.
Is that true? Can hormones have that much of an effect on you?
Maybe. We should ask someone who knows more.
How about we ask Dr. Lob? He's a professor in the midwifery and medicine programs at McMaster, with a focus on reproductive endocrinology.
Oh, that's a good idea. We could also get Dr. Gurmeet Singh's insight. He's a McMaster's Associate Chair in Research and a professor in pathology and molecular medicine.
Let's go.
Okay, yeah, Derek Lob. My biggest teaching blocks has been for a long time. It's for second-year midwives. So I give them a course in human reproductive physiology. And another big chunk of teaching is first-year meds. And that's endocrinology. I'm a reproductive endocrinologist, so.
Sure. So I'm a professor in pathology and molecular medicine, and I'm the Associate Chair of Research. And I'm also a senior scientist with the Hamilton Health Sciences. I've been at McMaster for around 40 years, but in the last 15 years, I've been working on cancer pain and more recently on neuropathic pain. And while I was doing work on pain, I came to realize that there was a big difference between males and females.
Oh, and my research was on the ovary for a long time, on how that follicle grows.
The TGF, right?
Yes, TGF alpha, we discovered that way back.
Yeah.
That it's not FSH and LH and estrogen and progesterone that really cause that follicle to be selected and grow and be the one that ovulates that cycle.
Yeah.
It's TGF beta, TGF alpha, all this.
I think it's very important. Until about 10 years ago, most of the research was done in males and even in male animals. And the reason for that is precisely what you mentioned, is because there was fluctuation, there's a periodicity, and people didn't want to involve in there. But since CIHR and other organizations have insisted that 50% of our population is female, we need to be making sure that we work both in males and females. And so there's a lot more work going on in understanding hormones, but there's also the chromosomes, because females have XX chromosomes and males have XY.
One of the fundamental differences in male and females during embryological development is brain sex and that early programming. So females are cyclic, and males aren't. They're just the same. Testosterone's about the same all the time. A slight fluctuation on waking. You have a regular sleep-wake cycle, but it's just the standard negative feedback. So if testosterone gets a little too high, it'll feedback on the pituitary and hypothalamus, and so FSH and LH will drop.
And this doesn't happen in females.
No, because this is kind of a constant negative feedback working from puberty till death in males. But females are cycling. Whether you're a deer, they have one cycle a year, they're seasonal. But still, they're female mammals are cyclic. This paper would indicate otherwise, because progesterone has crashed at that point. So those two regions that grew a bit, if the findings are correct, the decline in progesterone causes menstrual bleeding because remember I said it keeps the uterus relaxed. And also the spiral arteries that grow, they're kept relaxed by progesterone, high progesterone, the second half of the cycle. And when progesterone rapidly declines, they don't relax anymore, they spasm. So that causes anoxia and hypoxia, and and cell death and sloughing and inflammation, prostaglandins and cramping and stuff. So it's progesterone. It's the bleeding going. And yeah, it appears it shrinks a bit.
Yeah, it shrinks a bit
during flow.
An interesting question. Unlike what we used to believe, the brain is very plastic. And there is a change that occurs as well. And sometimes the changes might be minor, but you're dealing with changes that may change in terms of connectivity or synapses as well. They may be increasing. And so sometimes with hormonal changes with estrogen or progesterone, you also get changes in other, which may be bystanders like cortisol, which is a hormone that is a stress hormone. And stress, we know, definitely changes the density of neurons in brains, etc. In fact, one of the ways of looking at depression is to give animals cortisol, and we found in a particular part in the hippocampus, the density was decreased. And when you started removing that and giving normal hormones, the density started to increase. So what you're talking about is a very short term, because you're talking about 7 days or so.
Yeah.
So I'm not quite sure if changes in the brain occur that rapidly, but there could be changes in neuronal activity in those parts of the brain.
So, what did we take away from those conversations?
Well, it seems like the study had the greatest MTL volume when progesterone was the highest.
And since progesterone is the highest right before menstruation and drops low when it begins, I guess you could say the opposite is true.
Yeah, I guess the brain grows right before you flow.
The brain is so plastic. Do we even know if this is affecting any synaptic connections, or is this just a volume thing?
More research should be done to see if this change affects episodic and spatial memory as well.
Yeah, it should also be done on a broader scale too, since everyone's hormones are different.
Yeah, what a great conversation.